Yo, what's brackin', dudes? It's me, Trskss. Welcome back to another video, and today what I have for you guys is a story video. I'm going to tell you guys about a customer that went crazy in the restaurant after we told him to stop doing illegal things, and then he called us up and threatened to sue us. Like, it was a crazy night. I'm sure that you guys will like this story. This customer just didn't care, and he was just a little ruthless, so we decided to be a little ruthless back to him, and you'll like what we do, so stay till the end. But, of course, before I do start the video, I always like to talk with you guys a little bit. So today we have a couple of announcements. The very first one is if you guys open up the description and you click the top link, it's real big, you can't miss it. So if you guys click that top link in the description, it's real big, you can't miss it, unless you're blind or stupid, I don't know. It will go ahead and take you over to Twitter, and you'll actually be on my dude Anthony's page. So if you just hit the follow button and turn on the notifications, that way you always get that way your phone always buzzes when he tweets. And also if you like and retweet all this stuff, that'd be really cool. I mean, he doesn't know that I'm doing this shout out, so if you guys could help him get to 1,000 followers, that'd be pretty cool. Because like I said, he is my frickin' dude. And of course, it wouldn't be a video by me if I didn't promote myself, so make sure that you guys follow me as well. I'm in his bio and he's in mine, so whoever you want to start with, just click the names in the bio and follow us. And while you're at it, leave a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel if you're new, even though I barely upload on here. I mean, I'm trying. I want to get better at my uploading. But anyways, now about 2 minutes into the video, we're finally going to get into the juicy topic here. It was a Wednesday, and Wednesdays are usually our slowest night of the week where I work. And if you guys don't know what I work as, if you guys don't know what I do, basically I work at a restaurant and I seat people and I do takeout orders. I mean, it's really cool because let me tell you that the floodgates of money are just pouring out of my pockets. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it is a really cool job. But anyways, so these girls came in and they walked up to me and they said, "Oh, there's a red Subaru out front. And windows are kind of cracked, but there's a dog in the car, so I don't know what you guys do. I don't know if you're gonna like break the window or what." So I'm sitting here thinking, oh yeah, I get to break somebody's window at work. I'm like, that's crazy. So I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get the manager. We'll figure out what to do. So the ladies sat down and had a nice meal, and meanwhile the manager was standing outside looking at the car because they didn't really know what to do. They didn't have any ideas. So finally one of the ladies called the police, and shout out to the police, they never showed up. Yep, guys, you could have a dying dog in your car and the police won't show up because it's not a robbery, it's not a murder, it's not a hate crime against minorities, so I guess they're just not going to show up. After everybody sees this car, and obviously those two girls drew quite a bit of attention to it, and it was a Subaru WRX, so of course it stood out in the parking lot. But anyways, after everybody saw this car, a lot of people decided to go over there and look, because they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know why they saw a four-legged mammal sitting in the back seat. I mean, I'd be confused too. So everybody was over there, and they tried to put water in the car, but of course the dog didn't want water because it felt threatened, and it was kind of warm, so the last thing on its mind was letting some random stranger give it water. And everybody just stood out there, you know, nobody really knew what to do. Well, the customer that owned this car was actually at another bar, and sure enough, he had a couple drinks. You know, quite a few. And he came out, and of course, everybody's standing there looking at his car, so this guy's like, I don't know what I did, but if all these people are looking at my car, giving it attention, taking photos of it, he's like, I better get on over there so I can be in these photos too and take the credit for my fame, the money that my mother gave me when I was little that I blew on this car. So he walks up and he's like, "Hey, you like my car?" And everybody just turns and looks at this guy with the most disgusted look on their face. And finally, somebody that was standing outside of the patio, because at this point, me and all the other coworkers were outside standing on our patio, like, no customers were coming in, so obviously it's more important to go watch a dog get rescued from a car. But anyways, he's getting yelled at, he's getting called names. Well, my man's here, he was not having that anymore, so he went over to the back of the car, and he said, "This dog is not mine," and he opened up the door, and what would you know, the second that my mans went back onto the concrete, that dog just bolted towards him and just jumped up and was kissing him and barking and was so excited to see his own. I mean, yeah, when the car's there and the windows are open and you see the car and you walk up and be like, hey, you like my car? And then you open up the door and your dog jumps right out to see you. I mean, you'd probably think that we'd catch on that it's your car. So anyways, everybody was just yelling at him, and this, like I said, this man, he was not having it. So he just picked up his massive German Shepherd, this at least 100-pound dog, and just threw him into the back seat. Like, he wanted to get out of there. And so after he threw him in the back seat, he got in the car, and everybody started flipping him off and calling him names. So, of course, when people flip you off and call you names, you gotta be a little reckless, you gotta speed out of the parking lot, you gotta not think for your safety. So he just backed out real quick, sped down the street, made a real sharp right, and then just was gone. And we were like, alright, maybe he learned. We told the police about it, maybe they'll come. We didn't know what to do. So I was standing around being bored because, like I said, it was the most boring night of the week because it was a Wednesday. And I heard the phone ring, and so obviously I went to go answer the phone, and you're not going to believe who called. Again, it was our man's, the guy with the red Subaru, and I gotta hand it to him because his theory would have worked really well if it wasn't the same employees that were working there, and if it wasn't the same restaurant that he was standing right outside of when everybody watched him, because we all knew it was him, we all knew his voice. But anyways, I pick up the phone and, you know, did the little spiel to try and get him to buy some food. And he was like, yeah, I'm appalled by the way that this man was treated outside of your restaurant. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to get a manager? And he's like, no, I just want to say that I am absolutely disgusted at how you and your company treat people. And at this point, I mean, I had already I knew that it was this guy calling from the second that I picked up the phone. And so at this point, he's just sitting there going off on me. And he's like, sir, if you don't fix this problem, I'm going to take this so far over your head that you're not going to see straight. And I'm like, all right, cool. What do you want me to do? So finally, I just put him on hold against his will and gave him to a manager. And then manager talked to him, and they came out and said that basically he was just upset, so they tried to make it right, and apparently he didn't accept the apology. So I thought everything was good, and I thought, let's just continue on with the night. Obviously, I wasn't in any trouble. Nobody that I worked with was, so if that guy wants to be a jerk about it, then he can. Well, no. 30 minutes later, guess who calls again? And this time, I mean, I knew it was him. I forget exactly what he said, but he said something, and I just put him on an instant hold and got him to the manager, because I was like, I'm not going to deal with this man over here. I thought, I'm not going to deal with this man causing trouble in the workplace. Like, I'm trying to work out here, get a good paycheck at the end of the day, and I got this dude calling me. So eventually the manager talked to him again and basically told him that if he had a problem, he could go ahead and call the corporate office, but the corporate office isn't going to do anything because he was in the wrong. So yeah, just figured I would go ahead and tell you guys this little story. Maybe you got a kick out of it, but I mean, you guys wouldn't believe the type of stuff that I go through when I work. I almost got poisoned about 2 weeks ago. So if you want to hear that story about how I almost got poisoned, yeah, for the second time in my life, make sure that you drop a like on the video and comment and subscribe here if you're brand new. In addition, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you go ahead and follow Anthony, he's my bro, and turn on his notifications, and send me a screenshot, then I will send you a special DM. So make sure that you do that. Top link in the description. It's real easy to see. It's not hard to miss. Just please follow him. Get him to 1,000 followers quickly. I don't know how else to stress this. Just get him to 1,000 followers, or just be more active. But yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys did enjoy the story video today. That's all I got for you. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. 20 likes or 15 likes, I don't know, just leave a like and I'll tell you guys the story about how I got poisoned. Anyways, peace out.